Okay, we are back with Root Source, Gidon Ariel, Bob Odell.
Hi, Bob.
Hey. So, all right, we gotta solve the cliffhanger here. When we came into the synagogue, we didn't go right into the main area and pray, because you said, hey, give me a minute, I need to use the restroom. And I was just kind of standing there in the little foyer. There was one guy just kind of saw me and was just kind of looking at me. And then another guy comes walking in. And when he comes walking in, he goes, mwah, touches the Mezuzah and goes on in. And then he turns and goes into the main thing and he touches the Mezuzah again and kiss, touch, I think is what it is. But you didn't do that coming in. Or in either case, not when you're coming in or when you're leaving. Why didn't you do that? I think everyone else I saw did that.
Okay, it could be. I'm not against kissing the Mezuzah. The Mezuzah is a scroll of parchment written in a very special way. The chapter in the Bible that talks about how you're supposed to inscribe it on the gates of your homes and of your cities or something like that. And it is rolled up and usually put into a nice case, and it is affixed to the right doorpost. So the commandment is to affix that scroll on your doorpost. There's no real law about kissing it, but it is quite traditional to, when you walk through into a room, you acknowledge that it exists and you touch it and you kiss your fingers. That's the way it's done. I've seen people, I'm thinking now of my next door neighbor, I think his 12 or 13-year-old daughter, who cannot pass a mezuzah without very strongly making that gesture, and it's something very nice.
Men or women would touch it.
Anybody, sure. It's not a tradition that I am very strong about. I'm not against it. Sometimes I'll do it, but today you caught me not doing it.
But is it any different? Would it be more common in the Sephardi tradition to kiss and mezuzah?
Maybe.
So the fact that you don't even know that is also information. It kind of helps that it's...
Judaism has traditionally 613 commandments in the 5 books of Moses, with innumerable explanations and clarifications and secondary commandments and rules. There's so many rules, and we do them all the time, so it's hard to remember what I do and what I don't do. We do what we do.
Okay, all right. So we've come back home here. We're recording this thing. Then we're going to go our separate ways tonight. I had a dinner in town, and you aren't at all unhappy to try to get back.
Sure.
Are you going to ride back with the same guy you rode in with?
There's a small chance. He's done with his day of work, I'm done with mine. He might catch me on the way home. But what I'm hoping to do is to take this opportunity. It's about a 7-kilometer walk or jog from here to the pickup spot of the Trempim, of the hitchhiking from Jerusalem towards the Hebron area. And that's where I'm planning to make it and wait for a ride. Either to Gush Etzion, from there I'll take another ride towards Hebron.
Okay.
And from there another ride home, or if I'm lucky I'll get a ride all the way to Hebron and then get another ride home.
So you're going to walk or maybe run 7 kilometers south to Gilo.
Yeah.
And so how does the trimping work? You stand by the side of the road and you stick out your thumb, or what?
In Israel, we don't stick out a thumb, we just stick out a finger like this. But you don't really have to, because people who stop there will stop.
There are designated places where people know. So if you've got if you've got room in your car,
you're the kind of person who stops, you will.
Yeah. Okay, and so some people do that kind of thing. There's. Have you ever ridden? I mean, I'm sure you have ridden with the same car twice.
Infrequently.
Infrequently.
Yeah.
Well, how many?
Wait a second. From my last leg from Kiryat Arba, Hebron, to my community, it's virtually only people who live in my community, so I know everybody. From Jerusalem, there are thousands and tens of thousands of residents in this area, so it could be anybody.
And, okay, so there's tens of thousands of people that work in Jerusalem, but maybe live...
No, I don't know, they don't all work in Jerusalem.
Oh, okay, or that come to Jerusalem during the daytime, for whatever reason, maybe to school or to visit.
Sure.
And so there's tens of thousands of people heading down that road.
No, there are tens of thousands of residents. Some of them work in Beersheba or in Tel Aviv or in Beit Shemesh. The people who work or learn or come to visit in Jerusalem will drive back. Some of them will say, okay, I'm going to see if anybody needs a ride, and I'll give them a ride.
And how many people catch rides at this main site in Gila where people are catching rides to go south?
Depending on the time of day, obviously, I would say about 50 an hour.
Okay.
50 people an hour.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a very, and obviously we're talking about a lot of kids who don't have cars. So it's
a lot of young people will do that.
Sure.
Certainly IDF soldiers are looking.
No, not at all.
Wait, not okay. Off duty IDF, right? You're
off duty IDF. They're just citizens if they're off duty.
Wait, they could still have their uniform on.
No, you cannot. You are not allowed. Nowadays, you're not allowed to catch hitches if you have your uniform on. In my day, it was mostly soldiers catching hitches, but unfortunately, because of terror, we had Israel. The IDF made it a rule that its soldiers are not allowed to catch hitches. I remember that. I think the reason was because of a friend of friends who was catching a ride, and he was picked up by Arab terrorists who were masquerading as Jews, and they killed him. So they said it's not worth the danger.
Makes sense. Okay, well I learned that. So what time are you going to go to bed? Probably tonight.
Well, depending on when I actually get home, probably about 10, 11 o'clock.
Okay. Is that pretty typical for you?
Yeah.
So you go to bed at 11 o'clock. You're getting 6 hours of sleep.
Yes, Mom. I know I'm supposed to get 8 hours.
And that's in the winter when you have a little bit longer night, right? I mean, things can get compressed in the summer because the nights get shorter, and you're going to be up after sunrise, right? So. I know. I just wondered. Do you get less sleep? Do you get more sleep in the winter? Is mine no?
In the 21st century, we just turn the light off.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
And we close the trees, we close the shutters, and we don't get the sun in the morning. And I don't wake up so much from the sun anyway. My wife wakes up from the sun.
All right. Well, that's thanks for giving us a day in the normal life of Gidon.
I hope it was fascinating for you.
So let's shift now, and I want to come and talk about that really abnormal day you had a couple days ago.
Okay.
All right. So when you come back, we're going to do that, and until then, this is Bob Odell and Gidon Ariel saying thanks for joining us for a normal life in the day of an Orthodox Jew.
Shalom.
Shalom.